1995 by 14 Filipino students at Brown University as an opportunity to voice the perspectives of many silenced Filipinos, and by extension, all silenced women. Their words celebrate the multiplicity and diversity of the Filipino culture and experience. Each semester, the members of Archipelag-A collaboratively write, edit, and perform new scripts, drawing upon their experiences as women of color and exploring what it means to be Filipina and Filipino American.
Today, we, the members of Archipelag-A, are May Rochelle Rabasa Verano,
Danielle Nicole Tolentino Peterson,
Yana Isabel Soriano Islam,
Dainara Erica Rivera,
Mario Maple Nananko Uweba.
Believe it or not, I have been to Disneyland 8 times. And for some reason, every time I go, my parents only want to ride It's a Small World.
They break out the 1995 camcorder, sit in the front row of the boat, and record the same exact video they recorded 2 years ago.
The song plays on and on, never letting up. A constant reminder of where they came from and where they are now.
This is the American dream, to be able to buy $100 tickets for all 3.5 of your children, to walk around the park and see other brown faces walking along beside you, to watch the happiest place on earth become a second home for you and your children.
We wait in line, talking to the Filipino family in front of us, and after 15 minutes, we always find that we're somehow related.
We are always looking out for other Filipinos.
We are always looking out for other Filipinos. Funny how we sit there, watching the world spin around us as we look for a face like ours, for skin like ours, for accents and stories like ours in every doll that sings. But after going through the entire ride, we realize that the only other Filipinos
Are the ones sitting beside us.
In It's a Small World in Disneyland, there is only one Filipina doll. You will not find her among the other Asian dolls or beside the Pacific Islander. She is placed in the corner between Finding Nemo and The Little Mermaid, a doll left to be immortalized underwater.
As you pass by, you can hear the thoughts they put into her mouth. Demure one, the one who swallows water. They let her fill it up. They let her bloat up, leaving her to drown inside of her own skin.
They have submerged her in the water, leaving her to fend for herself, only a flimsy fan in hand.
It's as if they think the only fight she's fighting is the one against the wind, against burdens of Mother Nature and not of white men playing God.
One Filipina, because one is enough to represent an entire people bound by the sea. Is this how they see us? The manifestation of someone else's Filipino stereotype? Light skin,
3 shades lighter than my grandmother's calloused hand.
top bun,
Waves and curls tightly restrained out of sight.
butterfly sleeves,
Rigid preset curves and manufactured bodies.
mouth shut.
Complacent in her silence.
What were they telling me? That this, the single doll left alone underwater, is what I'm meant to be? Demure one. A white-faced, ideally proportioned doll.
Looking at the doll, I see a reflection of who I want, no, should be, of who my mother, Titas Lolas, who the woman I look up to want me to be, of who they themselves wanted to be.
The image of a proper Filipino woman, an Imelda Marcos, a steel butterfly.
They remember the shadowed faces of farmers, darkened from hours in the sun, arched backs from working in the rice fields.
They didn't want that life for me.
In Manila, bleached faces adorned every billboard, promoting the latest skin whitening products sure to make you look like you never spent a day out in the sun. An obsession with pale complexion, the face of flawless beauty.
Sayang,
What a waste.
maganda sana siya,
She could be beautiful,
kaya lang maitim.
except that she is dark-skinned.
I see in their pale, powdered faces, in the jars of cream and bars of papaya soap.
Products that promise to bleach the darkness away, to rid them of the dirt and grime that is their culture. Notice.
There is only one doll, placed on a platform, bright silver crown atop her pretty little head. Our motherland has farmers, the fishermen, the teachers, nurses, and nannies with a single image of complacency.
I took a quiz once to see which Disney princess I'd be, and I got Cinderella, the friend of the mice, the pearly white, glassed up, quintessential image of dependence. If I needed my wishes to come true, I certainly wouldn't make Eustace's wishes into the night. But I wouldn't even get the chance to, because if she had dark skin and black hair like me, her work ethic wouldn't be applauded.
It'd be expected.
We would not sympathize with her plight, her evil stepmothers in worn-down rags. We'd call the fireplaces fields and watch her scrub the dirt out of her skin, playing pretend at a foreign dream. If she had brown skin, black hair, and brown eyes, we'd have no ball gown that matched the color of her eyes. Nothing for her to prance around in and pretend is hers, because the clock would strike before time was up. The time zones would interfere a little too early, and the gown would be the same color as her rags, only buffed up, so the rest of the world could consume her image. Cinderella said to her fairy godmother,
Why, it's like a dream, a wonderful dream come true.
but my dreams don't involve donning white or chokers cutting off my words.
Bombarded with these images of light skin, top bun, butterfly sleeves, mouth shut,
We learn to aspire for nothing more than to be light-skinned, top bun, butterfly sleeves, mouth shut.
The ideation of Western creation becomes our fixation. We fervently subscribe to these ideals to become less like ourselves. Escape sun-kissed skin and raven hair. Escape flat noses and short statures. Escape thicker waists or bony figures. Escape the curse of our own bodies.
How do we escape that mentality? That what we as Filipinos should aspire to be is an adoption of who and what we aren't. That we must reject our culture and our history to snap and bend and break into some pre-made rigid mold.
Where is the pride in our people if we don't even want to look like our people?
I want to see a doll like me. Dark skin, dark hair, perfectly imperfect figure.
To see women like me is to know I exist.
My skin is a perfect shade of the countryside. My hair knots and curls like the tangled vines of the wild rainforest.
My curves are the fruitful mountainsides, and my voice roars with the crashing of the sea against the shore.
My heart beats in sync with the footsteps of my ancestors.
This is our dream.
To walk around the park and see other brown faces walking along beside us. To watch the happiest place on earth become a second home.
We are always looking out for other Filipinos. We are always looking for a face like ours, for skin like ours, for accents and stories like ours.
That one day we will find ourselves among the dolls that always sing.
This is the American dream.